training. So like I said, Comfort Developer is an IT. All right. We offer IT services, web design, web development, digital marketing, UI UX design, Android apps, and iOS. You can see our website. So this is our practical example for today. So this is a website we are going to be building. We may not be able to finish it because of our time, because I want the training to be short, but we have recorded videos and some other things that I want people in this group to benefit. So what is domain name and hosting? Now, domain name is a name like www.comfortdevelopers.com. Now, this is a domain name, and this domain name has like 2 to 3 different parts. The first part is the www, which makes the domain to be feasible, now telling us that it's a World Wide Web. The Comfort Developers is a name that we choose by ourselves, and the .com is what we call top level domain. Now, the .com, we have different top level domain, as I'm going to be showing you some few top level domains that we have. We have .com, which means commercial. .com means commercial. We have .org, which means for organization. Now, .com, which is for commercial, is simply the type of domain that you can use for particular business. It's a type of domain that you can use for business, like commercial business. We have .org, which is for organization, non-governmental organization like NGOs, like churches. These are names that are similar to, that you can use for non-governmental organization. We have .com.ng, which means a commercial business in .ng means Nigeria. Then we have .net, which is for network. Then we have .edu.ng, that means for educational in Nigeria. We have .edu, that means for education purpose. Then we have .gov, which is basically for government. We have .gov for government. Now, before you choose a domain name, you must know what the domain is meant for. For example, now, comfortdevelopers.com is a commercial business, and it's a commercial business that is not limited to a location. So that means .com is a commercial business. I mean, the name we are choosing is comfortdevelopers.com. We are going to be the one to choose that domain name for ourselves, and you choose the name for yourself. So, and you can put the TDL. Now, how do you search for a domain name? We have some companies that offers the services of doing the registration. I don't want to bombard you with a lot of things, but one thing is you can search for the availability of a domain name and you can register it. Let me give you samples of companies that offer these stores in Nigeria. We have Ugo Hosts. We have ugohost.com. Let me open their website so that you can see. We have Q Server. We normally call them hosting company. And what most of us who are developers normally do is when you give us a name to register for you, we search for the availability of the name in any of all these companies. These are few Nigerian companies there. We have a lot of them like that. You can also Google and bring some of the companies out. We have in UK, we have in US, we have Namecheap, we have GoDaddy, we have Host Goodies, we have a lot of them. We have okay, let me open it. Don't let me go to talking about them. We have GoDaddy. We have GoDaddy. You can just type GoDaddy on Google. It will give you the URL. We have GoDaddy.com. We have Amazon also offer services. We have Namecheap. We have Namecheap. We have a ton of them like that. We have Hostwind. We have Hostinja. We have Hostwind. We have a lot of them. So what they do is they offer domain name and hosting registration. Now, let me give you let me make it more simpler. Domain name is a part and hosting is another part. These two things can be registered. They can be activated with one hosting company, for example. Let me let me show you samples of TDA domain names that we have. We have choose the domain name. We have different type of domain name. Like for example, let me look if we have. Okay, this is an example of some of the domains name we have. We have .com for commercial. We have .net. We have .com.ng. We have .org. We have .info. We have .biz. We have .net biz. .edu.ng. .org.ng. .in. .co.uk. .name.ng, .me, .school.ng, .org.uk, .me.uk, .name, .co.in, .rodeo.co.mobi, .eg.gov.ng, .us.ted, .on.gov.ng. Then we have .dl.gov.ng, we have .pl.gov.ng, we have .os.gov.ng, we have yb.gov.ng, and so many. We actually have them, but one thing is that you must use a name that is popular when you are trying to register your domain name and hosting, and it has to do with the particular business that you want to use the domain name for. So you can search for domain name like techafrica.com. You can search, you can say register domain. Now, what this type of thing we do for you is that if the domain name is available, if it has not been registered by someone else, then the domain name, they will tell you the price and you can easily purchase the domain name. Most times what we do as developers is that this is 9,900 right now for the domain name. You can see the price of each of the domain names and stuff like that. We have 9,900. Okay, look at this name now. This is Tech Africa is unavailable, which means someone has purchased this domain name. You can see prices of some of these domain names and on like that. That's on domain name. Now, whenever you want to build a website, you need a combination of domain name and a web hosting. Now, you can see, I'm going to, at least minimum, we have domain name, we have hosting, we have other services. You can see some of their services. So we have different hostings. Now, for you to buy a domain, that's why you see most clients don't know what they want. That's why they give it out to developer to purchase the domain name and hosting for them. So let me buy a domain name. Let's choose a name that looks available. We are not going to buy domain name because I already have domain name. My domain class. Let's use this. Let's use a name like this. So I want to show you the process. That's why I'm choosing this. We are not going to buy the domain name. Just say add to carts. Now, when you click on add to carts, we click on continue. Now, the next thing is if it takes you to another stage. If it takes you to another stage, we have a very short time. We may not be able to cover everything, but we will try as much as we can. Now, there are other things you may want to buy. We have what we call ID protection. ID protection simply means you don't want your identity to be seen on a global space. So you can click on ID protection. That means you are going to be paying another 2,500 naira for the domain name to protect your identity on the digital space. So if you don't want that, you can leave it out. Now we have what we call name server. Now, name server is what connects domain name and hosting together. So name server is what connect domain name and hosting together. It's more or less like you want to buy, you are buying a phone somewhere and you decided to buy your SIM card or your memory card. Let me use memory card because memory card is similar to a web hosting, which means all your file, all your website content, your image, your picture, your text, your everything you want to have in your website will be stored in a memory, which we call a hosting. So let me now go with this now. Sometimes you can buy a domain somewhere here and you can buy the hosting somewhere here. And sometimes you can buy it at the same stage, at the same place. So let me go on. So if you are buying it different places, you can say, like for example, now as a company, we are selling web hosting. You can say ns1.com for developers.com and ns2 comfortdeveloper.com. That means you are buying hosting from us. So if you are buying the domain name like this and you are putting this and you click on continue when you click on continue, easily you will be taken to another stage. That is the stage where you are going to choose your hosting. Sometimes, let me say a lot of the time, people don't know. Okay, now look at it now. I'm buying a domain name and hosting, but I'm not adding hosting. So if I want to do this, so I would need to pay another company. If you are buying from us like right now, you will need to pay us to purchase your domain name and hosting. So if you want to continue shopping, if you are not buying from us, you can click on continue and you can buy from this company as well. And the domain name and hosting you purchase will be for a year. You can see it right here. You will see it's going to be for a year. You can extend it. Now, when you click on continue shopping, it takes you to a list of hosting. Now, take a look at this. They have different size hosting too. We have premium. This is gig. This is 6 gig size, 6 gig web series, 30 this one, this, and 1,000 monthly. That means if I'm ordering for this, I'm going to have additional. I already have 9,900, so plus 6,000, 1,000. That's 1,100 plus 10,000. That means that's around 20,000 naira. If I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this for a month. This is another one that we call 12 gig size. Now, the size you are given is more or less like the size of your memory card. That means the size of your memory card will determine the number of files you can have on your website, on your phone. So the same thing with this. Normally, let's say 10 gig, 12 gig should be enough. So that means 1,005 times 12. That will be the amount you are going to buy your hosting. If I click on order now, this will be added. This is if you are buying it yourself, this will be added. And if you are having any challenge, we can work together and help you to get your domain name and hosting. So this means now you can say use the domain already in my shopping cart. If you want to register a new domain, you can click on new domain. So already use the domain in my shopping cart. You can say use. So there are a lot of things to actually put you through in the course of this training, but because of our time, we will not be able to cover everything. Now, take a look at this. Now, how long? I want annually. So I want annually. That means in the next 12 months. So I don't need to disturb myself. You can see we have biannual, we have triannual. That means for 3 months. So this is other things like email. I don't need to buy incoming email scanning. So if you want to buy, you can buy 17,000 depending on what you are using the website for. We have sideload website security. You can click none and you can buy as well too. So when anybody tells you that he's paying 300,000 naira, he's paying 500,000 naira for his domain name and hosting, you should find out what are those things that the person has purchased. Because a lot of the time, when we build website for client and we ask them that, okay, with all the features on your server, it's going to cost you a total of 200,000, 300,000 naira per year. They look at developer as if they have been cheated, as if developer, is giving them an outrageous bill. And a lot of the time, as developers, because we are not the owner of this website, these are things that we also purchase. We purchase it for our personal business websites too. So you need to find out, okay, maybe some of the security feature that has been added to your website. Now, if I keep on adding this now, if I want style of website security and I want to defend, for example, and I want that website backup, that means if my website is having issue, the site is down or something is wrong, I want the company to take up the responsibility of backing up my site for you. I don't want my site to go down. I don't want any of my files to be lost. So, okay, I'm choosing this as well. Now, by the time we calculate all of this, this is Magento SEO. We'll be coming to search engine optimization as time goes on the course of today. Click around to the group. And one thing I want you guys to do for me is please training. We charge 150,000 for our web design training, but we are trying to give some of these things out for free so that people can be enlightened. Now, let me go ahead. Makego SEO. If you are buying, you can say 60,000 naira per year or so. Now, look at the price we are having now. I have a total of 455,000 naira to buy the domain name and hosting and site security. To a novice, a client who doesn't know much, if you are giving them this type of service, for you to have a well-secured server, at least you will need to pay up to this. It hasn't come to the price that I'm going to charge as developer. But what we look for is that, okay, we look at a very cheap thing that, okay, our client can afford. We have some clients, as we are in this course of training, I have some of our clients from Abuja, from different locations, who are joining this training, and if they pay as low as 20,000, 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, depending on the size we are giving to their website per year. So that's on buy domain. You just click on continue and you order. You can pay with your PayStar, you can pay with your different payment method that they have on their website. So that is the cost. Immediately those things done, you have a web mail. They will send you a series of email. They will send you a series of email that you can use to do what? To log into your cPanel. I hope I made myself clear on that. So that is that. That is how to buy domain name and hosting on your web server, on your website. So let me quickly go ahead and take this along. Talking about the type of website that we have. We can use different websites. You can do your stuff with. Now we have two major different type of website. We have a normal website and we have web app. A lot of the time, people don't understand when we talk about, oh, give us different type, give us the details about your website. So when a client comes and says, okay, we have normal website, which is something like about us, our services, our product, our client blogs, contact us. Now, the price that we charge for this thing depends. For example, I have some clients that their website is 100,000, 200,000. The cost of building. You have them. Please kindly mute your audio. Kindly mute your if you are having any outside this, kindly mute your mic. I really appreciate that. So when you have home, about us, something that tells you about your business, services, if you have some products, we have different price range for that. Then contact us. This is a type of normal website. But when you click on something like this, I'm clicking on client ticket login. So this is another type of website that we call the web app. The web app are the type of website that allows you to register, log in, do some major activities that, okay, probably you want to post an article. Like, for example, web app could be something like this. Let me log in with, okay, we have a ticket system. Okay, let me log in with admin ticketing. Okay, let me log in with the admin ticketing platform. Now, as a business owner, we have, this is a typical example of a web app. We call this one CRM. It is useful for people, let me go back to the dashboard. It is useful for people that run business. Why is it useful? It helps you, it's a solutions that we build that we are using personally, and also we have some of our clients that have requested for it that we use for them. So this system is like a CRM. You can see it helps you to collate your client. It helps you to collate. It shows you the ongoing project, like for example now, invoice, the pending payments. You can see the outstanding payment. We have 780,000, the past due, the one that has been paid. Now this helps you to follow up your client. It's a system that helps you to send tickets on reminder, payment reminders, and all of that. You can have tasks. You can have projects, you can have contracts, you can have subscriptions, you can have sales. That's how it is. So let me go to our customers. So it tells you to follow up your customers. Okay, we have on this, we have view the new ones. We have 39 customers. You can go to sales. You can go to invoice. You can go to invoice. We have you have the one, the paid, the unpaid. You can see the one in progress, the one that has been paid, the one that is overdue, and you can see when you click on one. Let me click on this for example. This is like a web app that automates all your, like for example, now I can send a ticket to this person. I can send a mail. You can see, just send a mail. You to bring out the email, it will bring out a sample stuff like this. You can put the contact, the details. I mean, decide to copy myself so that you can see. And I can say send an invoice. When an invoice is sent like this, my network's a bit slow. Okay, good. The invoice is sent successfully. Now you can track. This is an invoice for a website. You can track. You can see the view track as the person seeing it. If I click on it now, the invoice is not yet viewed by the customer. So I'm going to do something now because I've copied myself. I think I copied myself the email, Gmail. I'll check my Gmail now. We are running out of time for this, but I will implore you guys to. I'm going to because we have 30 minutes to go through this session, but there are a lot of things I want to dish out. I'm already recording the video. I will share the group link again that you guys can join again. So this is the invoice that was sent out now. So it will bring the customer's name. At your request, here is the invoice with the number. You can view the invoice and so, or click on the link. I can decide to check from my PDF. So this system is what we call a kind of web app. There are many types of web app actually, but this is what we call CRM. So it tells you this is for your website. It will give you the account number to pay. Like for example, if you are work for a client and you are having an issue with monitoring the client, you don't know when to collect your money. You don't know. You can set up a CRM that do the automation for you. As company grows, as big business increase, you would definitely need this, because we can't be thinking about, okay, when is our client supposed to pay? You can do the settings that, okay, by this other person, send a mail, by this other time again, send a reminder. By the time the email keeps coming, it makes you look professional. Apart from the fact that it makes you look professional, it gives your client a kind of audience that this company is sending me email. They are concerned about their money. While you are busy doing other things, the system will automate all these things for you, and it helps you to bring your phone and as well. And as the client pay, you can update the tickets. The person can see it. This is also a system that helps customers to follow up their projects. You can keep communicating the customer from the ticket and all of that. So this type of project, this type of system is actually 750,000 naira. We do it for 750,000 naira for client. This is a web app. We have different type of web app. And let me show you one more thing about this. So sorry, I have 10 minutes to go. We quickly round up this session and I'll come again with another session, guys, so that you can benefit a lot from this. So now let me refresh this now. You can see that I've opened this invoice. I've viewed this invoice. Then when you go back here, if you are sending an invoice to a client and you want to be sure if the client has actually seen your, sorry, I'm not sure I copied myself. Sorry, this was an automated, okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. What is supposed to show me here is that a client has filled it. I am not sure that I copied myself. It's supposed to show me this. Now, if I've copied my email, I think this is just auto-generated. Okay, to me, no reply. It's supposed to show me this. Supposed to show. Let me go to dashboard again. So this section actually, let me go to my sales invoice. Now, this client is one of our returning clients. We are doing some few things on the website. It's in the UK, field tracking. It doesn't update the tracking. This tracking is supposed to be updated. So no, this is just a system that helps you to collect your phone. You can see the payment. You can add auto payment and all of that. The system says this is a example. We have some clients here that hasn't paid. This one is $11,200. It's in Nigeria. It's an oil company. We have some of them like that. We can see. You can see all your transactions that you carry out. It helps in your accountings and project and the yearly budget and all of that. So that's on that. So that's an example of web app. We have different type of example of web app like that too, depending on what the client wants. So when we have our website now, okay, this is our company. You can see, you can go Google, you can search for us, you can search for our location. You can see Google if what people are saying. Please, I'm going to share a link. If you have benefited anything from this training, please just rate us. Send a Google review if you have enjoyed one of our free training. If you have learned one or two things, I'm going to share that in a short while. We have less than 7 minutes to go. If you click on the mail, you can see some of our students. You can see our training, some of the seminars we have held in the past. That's on that. Okay. On domain name and hosting, we are done with that. So in the course of this training, we've been able to cover what domain name is, how to choose the right domain name, how to buy domain name and hosting. And right now we are on the type of websites that we have. We have, like I said, we have web app, and we have normal business website. On the normal business website should range from 100,000 or depending on the server, 150,000, 200,000. You can see now, and by that, if a developer is giving you, okay, my website is going to, that your website with all the security features, everything we're going to put on it is going to cost you 300,000. You can only team up with let's get something cheaper. Let's get something cheaper. You can decide to buy it. I have some clients that buy this by themselves, but one thing is, if they're having an issue, I used to chat that, okay, this is going to be the cost of me fixing this issue with you. If you are consulting me to, okay, what are the things I need to buy? I tell you, this. We have clients that pay 200, 500,000 per month on their server. For security purpose, I'm not going to be revealing some of them to you, but that's on web server. And so for the purpose of this training, like I said, when I come back, we're going to be building something like comfortdevelopers.com. But let me quickly tell you, now we have different type of websites. We have what we call CMS websites. So apart from the type of websites that we have different applications for building websites. We have normal web app, and these things, when you click on home, it shows you some of the things. And click on about us, it shows you about us. When you go to our services, it tells you what we do. It tells you what we do, and these are marketing, web development, web design, SEO, e-commerce, branding, and all of that. On our product, we don't have anything on the product yet because we didn't put. We can go to our client and see some of our client lists. We have our client database. They have some of our client lists, and we have them and like that. We have pictures. You click any of them, you see what all these things are all about. We don't really update all our client lists, but we have some few client lists for some client that want to say, okay, let's see some of the websites you've done in the past. Let's see before we can give out what you can only quickly send them to our client list. We have our blog section where we occasionally write some few articles, and you can contact us. Our office address is 16. So this is a typical example of just normal website. Now, when we are and the prices differs, like for example, now this type of website can cost a client 100,000. That by the time we are buying a server that is not more than 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira for the client. So that's on that. Now on the web apps, it differs. The price range differs because what they can actually do with the web app determines. Like this one that is 750,000 naira. We have some that is lesser. We have some web app that is lesser, depending on the features. The client comes with the features and say, okay, this is how much it's going to cost and how long it will cost our team to build up a structure like this for you. But I want to know if we are still connected. I think I have 6 people in my group. Please kindly unmute yourself if you are enjoying this. If I'm too fast, I want to know. So that unmute yourself. Ajoshu, say something. Isaiah, please say something. Ayonuga Cluster, Chris Ode, Obim, say something. If you are learning something, if I'm too fast, I want to know.
Thank you very much. You are making a great deal of impact. I must honestly confess that I'm getting value here.
All right,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you so much. Am I too fast? I want to know so that uh, I can slow down myself a bit. So this session, we have just 3 minutes to go. And after the 3 minutes, I'm still going to create another Zoom meeting. Sorry, I'm not using a paid Zoom right now because a free training, I'm not using a paid Zoom. So I'm going to create another meeting. So I'm still going to share all the video with you guys so that you can go over it again, rewatch, you can download it. You can follow us on what we call it. I'll share the link with you as time goes on. Okay, so let's go ahead. That's on the type of website. Now, I will still show you some different type of websites because the type of website, normal website also differs. Like if I'm opening a Punch website, Punch, like a blog, Punch NG. I think it's punchng.com. I'm not too sure. I'm not a fan of Punch. We have Punch, we have Vanguard, we have different news company like that. This is also another type of website, but still under normal website. Why are we saying these are normal websites? You can only fill all this content based on category. Based on categories, you don't need to register, you don't need to create an account. Any website that doesn't require you to create an account with term them as normal website, but their price also differs. Like this blog, for example, you can charge a client 250,000 naira, 500,000 naira, 3 million naira to as a developer fee. Like for example, if Punch as a company contacts me to build their website, you know how much I'm going to charge them. In web development, in digital business, what you charge your client is immaterial. You know, we charge client based on what they can afford. Another thing I'm going to let you know is this: if you are charging a big company a cheaper price for your work, you will still lose the work. You still lose the job because it's possible they might have consulted other people and their price is higher, and they can ask you some questions that what give us the guarantee that you are going to use quality things for good stuff for your our website. So you may not be able to defend because we have actually asked someone and the person charged 2 million, 3 million. So it all depends on you. The first thing you need to know is try to know your clients. That's I'm going to give us different details about that as we're going to some other thing. But we have Punch website. This is another type of website. Now, you see normal type of website. So we have less than a minute. I'll quickly run this session up. So we have different this type of thing can also be built with what we are going to use to build our website. We are going to use that to build our website as well. So I will send the link right now. I'm going to end this section and I'm going to send the link